Hey y'all, hey, it's Amber, bringing you another Vlogmas video. Two things first. Number one, today's Vlogmas video marks me surpassing the amount of videos I made last year's Vlogmas. So, oh my god, that's so cool. And I only have a week left until it's over. I'm doing it, guys! Second thing, today, we're gonna be celebrating Jake Gyllenhaal's birthday. That's right, I love him so much. So of course, that means this is a birthday video. We're gonna go through all the movies I own of his, pick my top 5, and then pick out the movies that I need to buy that I thought I owned, but I don't. So happy Jake Gyllenhaal Day. If you wanna skip around, the chapters will be down below, so here we go. Jacob Benjamin Gyllenhaal, or Gyllenhaal, depending on if you could say it correctly, which I'm probably still messing it up, was born December 19th, 1980 in Los Angeles, California. I think the first thing I saw him in was October Sky. Funny enough, I thought that was his first movie, but then later on, when I started following his actual career, I realized it was City Slickers. He played Billy Crystal's son in City Slickers, but the first thing I saw him in was definitely October Sky, and I just remember being like, oh my god, this is based on a true story, and this kid, even though he's cute, he's acting his ass off. Ever since then, if I saw him pop up somewhere, I would go see it, and I remember the next pivotal movie that I saw of his was Donnie Darko. I have a memory attached to it because of college. Instead of doing actual work and listening to my professor, I was using the computer to look up movie trailers, and I found the Donnie Darko movie trailer, and I remember just being blown away with how much I really wanted to go see this movie. And sadly enough, it never came anywhere near me. So I had to go to Suncoast Movies to buy it on DVD, which was like $30-something because that was right when DVDs were kind of blowing up a little bit. And just watching it at home and just being like, yep, I was right. The trailer looked awesome and this movie is awesome. And now it's a cult classic. I think the main reason why I started following Jake's career, besides him being cute, I mean, I am a girl and I can't help if something's pretty. But like I've said in other videos, if a pretty face gets my attention, it's gonna be the acting that keeps me there. And this mofo can act his ass off. Not only can he perform like funny comedic timing roles and stuff like that, but his drama is off the chain. Like, he could act circles around himself pretty much. Like any kind of drama that I see that he's going to be in, like, yep, I'm there for that, because he's another one of those actors that if I want to go feel feelings, I'm going to go watch a Jake Gyllenhaal movie, period. Sadly enough, he's another one that I haven't met or seen with my eyes at least, and again, I'm keeping the hope alive that one day that might happen. Almost did when he was on Broadway playing Seymour in Little Shop of Horrors, but it sold out in minutes, so there was no chance of that. I'm still upset about that. Either way, just like everyone else, I am supporting him by going to see his movies. So let's check out what movies of his I actually own, because I think there's a lot. Alright, so I was correct. I have a lot of Jake Gyllenhaal movies. These are all the movies that I have of Jake Gyllenhaal that I eyeballed, so I'm sure once we go through his IMDb later, I'll find more that I might have and forgot about, or forgot that he's in. So let's go through these.
Brothers. While on tour in Afghanistan, Sam's copter is shot down and he is presumed dead. Back home, it is his screw-up brother who looks after the family. Sam does return, but with a lot of excess baggage.
I saw this movie in theaters. Funniness about this movie, not to deal with the movie itself, but the fact that for years before they made this movie, they being Tobey Maguire and Jake Gyllenhaal, people kept saying they were brothers or that they were the same person, kind of like the same thing that Elijah Wood and Daniel Radcliffe deal with on the daily. So they finally did a movie together and they played brothers. And it's not funny, it's a drama, it's very traumatic. Natalie Portman's in it as well. She plays Tobey Maguire's wife. It's been forever since I saw this movie, but it's really good. The acting's phenomenal. Tobey Maguire, at one point, you're just like, whoa, bro. You feel for all three people combined in this situation of stuff that happens. But if you want to feel some feelings, check it out. It's a good one.
City Slickers. On the verge of turning 40, an unhappy Manhattan yuppie is roped into joining his two friends on a cattle drive in the Southwest.
I legit only have this movie because Jake Gyllenhaal is in it. Not to say anything bad about the movie, because the movie's actually cute. It's one of those stick comedies back in the 90s when Billy Crystal was on top of the world. And Jake Gyllenhaal plays his son, so he's not really in it that much, but he's so cute. It's also a little bit of a classic, so if you've never seen it, you definitely should. It's kind of funny. It's really funny.
Stronger. Stronger is the inspiring real-life story of Jeff Bauman, an ordinary man who captured the hearts of his city and the world to become a symbol of hope after surviving the 2013 Boston Marathon bombing.
I swear every time I read this, I start singing Britney Spears' song Stronger, because that's one of my jams. But this is more serious. It's based off of a true story, the Boston Marathon survivor in it. Saw this in theaters. It's really traumatic. The acting is amazing, of course. I've only seen it the one time in theaters. I can't remember why. There was something about it that I didn't fully like, but it definitely is still a good watch. So if you want to watch a really good drama of someone overcoming a pretty big obstacle and a true story, definitely check it out, because Jake Gyllenhaal delivers as always.
Lovely and amazing. Self-esteem and insecurity are at the heart of this comedy about the relationship between a mother and her 3 confused daughters.
I actually saw this movie a few times in theaters, again because Jake Gyllenhaal is in it. I think this is the one I had to drive down to Sarasota, which is like a 40-minute drive from me, just to see it, because it wasn't playing anywhere near me. So that just shows how dedicated I am to see a Gooberballs movie, aka Jake Gyllenhaal. His character really breaks your heart in this movie. I haven't seen it in forever. He doesn't have a big part in it, but I just remember his character breaking my heart, and that's why I kept going back to see it, because I like feeling feelings. And that's one of these nice indie films that will make you feel feelings. So if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. It's a good drama.
Jarhead. A psychological study of Marines' state of mind during the Gulf War, told through the eyes of a U.S. Marine sniper who struggles to cope with boredom, a sense of isolation, and other issues back home.
I saw this in theaters. I think I saw it the one time. Made me feel some things about his character, about the people in the movie as well. I'm not a real big Jamie Foxx fan, even though he's a great actor and hilarious comedian. I could do without him. It is a very good movie though. It's a very good drama. Sheds a lot of light on our military and how our soldiers are treated, which I know a lot of us know firsthand because we have people that have served in our family, so we know. Definitely watch it if you haven't watched it. It's a really good movie. I should probably watch it. I haven't seen it in forever, but I know it's a pretty intense one, that's for sure, so be prepared for that.
The Good Girl. A discount store clerk strikes up an affair with a stock boy who considers himself the incarnation of Holden Caulfield.
Saw this in theaters. Another character of Jake's that will break your heart, because he's in love with Jennifer Aniston's character, and they live in a small town. There's an age difference. She's married. You'll get the picture. Really good movie. His character is heartbreaking. I think I saw this several times in theaters actually, because there was a lot of buzz that the two of them would get nominated for stuff. And I want to say that Jennifer Aniston did, but I can't really remember. I'd have to look it up, but it's a good drama. It's gonna make you feel some things, some upset things, some angry things. Just a lot of things you're gonna feel, but it's definitely a good watch.
October Sky. The true story of Homer Hickam, a coal miner's son who was inspired by the first Sputnik launch to take up rocketry against his father's wishes.
This is actually the first movie I saw him in that I remember seeing. I'm like, oh hey, this guy's kind of cute and he could act his ass off. Plus it's got my girl Laura Dern in it. Hello Ellie from Jurassic Park. She will always be my girl because of Jurassic Park. Even though she's part of some Hollywood royalty, so to speak. And I might have seen this in theaters. I'm not going to commit to it, but it's a really good drama. It's a feel-good, true story. And I don't know. It's been a long time since I watched this. I should probably rewatch it, but it's one of those make you feel good dramas. And the acting in it is amazing, and the heart behind it is amazing. It's just, you can't help but feel good after it.
The Day After Tomorrow. Jack Hall, a paleoclimatologist, must make a daring trek from Washington, D.C. to New York City to reach his son, trapped in the crosshairs of a sudden international storm which plunges the planet into a new ice age.
I think I saw this once, and that was in theaters. The main drive to going to see this, again, was Jake Gyllenhaal, but also Dennis Quaid. I love me some Dennis Quaid. This movie was, I felt like, all over the place. I don't really remember it too much, because I have only seen it the one time. The special effects were intense, I do remember that. But there was a lot of loopholes in the plot, if I remember correctly. Like, really, that could happen? I'm not a scientist, but I don't feel like that would be right. It's definitely one of those you should probably watch, but watch it on a big screen if you're able to. But yeah, it's a one and done. It's not a bad movie, but it's not like a, oh my god, it's so great, you have to go see it right away. But obviously I bought it because I like collecting my favorite actors' movies. And it wasn't horrible, it's just definitely a one and done.
Moonlight Mile. As he copes with the death of his fiancée, a young man befriends her parents and must figure out what he wants out of life.
This movie, saw it in theaters, and the story for me about this movie, the connection I have with it, is the fact that it was probably the first movie trailer for this movie that made me realize how powerful songs play in a trailer. I don't know why it took this movie for me to realize that, but also it might have been just the fact that I forgot about Elton John's song Someone Save My Life Tonight, because that's the song that's playing in this trailer, and it just fits it so perfectly that I get goosebumps every time I watch it, which I haven't watched it in years, but just thinking about, remember rewatching it a lot, just to get those goosebumps and then being obsessed with that song forever. It's a really good movie. It's very depressing because, again, as per usual, Jake Gyllenhaal's character, you will feel bad for him because of the stuff he's gone through. But obviously, look at this cast. You're going to want to see this because these are people that make you feel things when they're acting. So it's a great drama. I haven't watched it in forever, but it's definitely one that I love, that I own, because it's a good movie with great actors.
Zodiac. Between 1968 and 1983, a San Francisco cartoonist becomes an amateur detective obsessed with tracking down the Zodiac killer, an unidentified individual who terrorizes Northern California with a killing spree.
First of all, I am my mother's daughter, and I am obsessed, and this is before it was a big phenomenon right now, but I have always been obsessed with the psychology of serial killers, and I could very confidently say this is one of my mom's favorite Jake Gyllenhaal movies. She watches it every time it's on television. Doesn't matter what part it's at, she will watch the rest of it. She'll fall asleep to it and everything. And I feel like it's mainly because, you know, the Zodiac killings have never been solved. Like, we still don't know who the Zodiac is. And well, this movie is about that and the different characters that were kind of involved with it, like the journalist, I believe one of them's a cop, I can't remember. It's been forever since I've watched this, even though I know my mom watches it almost like on a weekly basis. It's a really good movie. I saw it in theaters probably a few times, and it really makes you think, like, did they really get this close to solving Zodiac, and what actually happened? So definitely watch it. It's a good movie. And fun fact, one of the guys in it that they suspect is the Zodiac, he plays Jake Gyllenhaal's dad in Bubble Boy, so that's kind of funny and kind of weird. So if you watch this first and then has never seen Bubble Boy and then go watch Bubble Boy, you're gonna be doing a lot of side-eyeing. That's all I'm gonna say. Check it out though, it's a really good movie.
Highway. After Jack gets caught with a Vegas mobster's wife in bed, he's gotta hit the road. Jack's best friend Pilot accompanies him, and the pair sets out on an adventure akin to Kerouac's On the Road.
I found this accidentally, I think, channel surfing. It's got two of my boys in it. As crazy as Jared Leto is, like, we all know how much Jared Leto loves himself, but he is a phenomenal artist. Not only on screen, but also behind the microphone. So I was all over it when I found out that he did a movie with Jake Gyllenhaal. And for a while there, I was even going by the nickname that Jake is in this movie, which is Pilot. That was short-lived, or actually I still think I have stuff that has Pilot on it as my nickname, but whatever. And this movie is just fun. There's so many zingers in it, and the crap that they get dealt with or have to deal with is just funny. So it's one of those I watch every once in a while, even though I haven't watched it in forever, but it'll have you laughing and cringing in some parts. But and then also there's a love story in it that makes you just like, it's weirdly placed, but I enjoyed it. And you might too if you like good dramas that are kind of indie and offbeat, because that's what this is.
Bubble Boy. Bubble Boy's been in a bubble all his life due to no immune system. A cute blonde girl befriends BB. Her boyfriend proposes and BB decides to travel across USA to Niagara Falls to stop the wedding. Feels like it wasn't written by someone who knows English.
If October Sky wasn't the first one I saw in theaters, Bubble Boy definitely was, because when it came out, I was still working at a movie theater, and I was actually the only person that would sit through it to check to make sure it was okay before it came out the next day. The only one. I was laughing my ass off the entire time, and I told everyone else at work, like, you missed out, that movie was hilarious. But again, there was some controversy with this because of the whole Bubble Boy situation and how it was insensitive, which is why it was pushed back so many times, but then finally released, and then didn't do very well. I liked it. He's adorable in it. There are so many quotes in this movie that I still quote to this day, like, do you want $500? And if you know, you know. So yeah, if you want some cutesy laughs and just a cutesy, like, heartfelt, feel good feeling at the end, definitely check this out, because although stupid, it's very cute.
To Brokeback Mountain. Ennis and Jack are two shepherds who develop a sexual and emotional relationship. Their relationship becomes complicated when both of them get married to their respective girlfriends.
I saw this in theaters a bunch of times. I have yet to watch it since our boy Heath Ledger has died, because I don't know if I'd be able to handle the ending. Not to give anything away, but yeah, this movie's beautiful. Their chemistry is beautiful. The plot is beautiful. The cinematography is beautiful. Everything about this, the message is beautiful. They both got nominated, I believe, which they deserved. I have nothing but good things to say about this. If you haven't seen it, you definitely should. Especially with... Just watch it. It's just a great movie that needed to be made when it was made, and I'm so grateful that it was, because it's a beautiful love story between two cowboys and the struggles that they pretty much go through, and the fact that these two are best friends, it's just so good. Nothing but good things. Watch it. I should probably make myself watch it, but I know I will ugly cry.
Donnie Darko. After narrowly escaping a bizarre accident, a troubled teenager is plagued by visions of a man in a large rabbit suit who manipulates him to commit a series of crimes.
Like I said earlier, I should have been doing classwork, but I was looking up trailers and found this and was just blown away. Then had to wait till it came out on DVD, which was brand new format, so I had to pay like almost $40 for this exact DVD, and then was just blown away. Like, I love this movie, and so does a lot of other people, because it's a cult classic. And just like I mentioned in the Patrick Swayze birthday video, because he's in this, a lot of people forget that. A lot of people forget that Drew Barrymore's in it too, which is funny. It's a great movie. It's a great mind freak. Really makes you think, especially since a lot of it deals with time travel, and you're like, are you sure it deals with time travel? But if you haven't seen it, definitely watch it. As always, Jake Gyllenhaal's character will have your heart broken at some point, if not throughout the entire movie. But it's such a good movie. It really is. And lastly, which also was in another birthday video recently, and if you've watched that video, you know what's about to happen.
Southpaw. After a fatal incident sends him on a rampant path of destruction, a champion boxer fights to get custody of his daughter and revive his professional career.
He should have got nominated for an Oscar for this. Period. Also, I would like to point out that I messed up royally by not going into a segue in the Rachel video, because I pretty much said Jake Gyllenhaal was phenomenal, and he was phenomenal in this with his acting. And if you've seen this movie, you know the title track for the soundtrack is Phenomenon by Eminem. So I should have been like, Jake Gyllenhaal was phenomenal, but I didn't, and I messed that up. But thank you, Patrick, for pointing that out. I failed, but I just redeemed myself. Saw this movie a couple times in theaters, like I said. I think I said in Rachel's video. It's just a really good movie. The acting is like several chef's kiss. Like, I can't. And then their chemistry with each other is amazing. If you haven't seen it, you want to feel some feelings and also watch some fighters fight it out, check this out, because it's right up there with Rocky, to be honest, for me. I mean, obviously it's not beating Rocky, but it's up there with the emotions and just wishing everything would happen the right way for his character and stuff. But oh my god, check it out, it's so good. Out of all those movies, I have seen all of them, so that's cool. So let's go over my top 5 favorite Jake Gyllenhaal movies. Oh hey, if you are enjoying this video, make sure to like and share it with other Jake Gyllenhaal fans so that they could check it out. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any other videos that I might put up, like more birthday videos, because there might be more this month, as well as I'm in the middle of VLOGMas, hence this get up, so you don't want to miss any of that because that's just a bunch of random. Now let's get back to me. So just on a whim, just trying to remember off the top of my head before looking at his IMDb profile to remind myself of what I probably forgot. But this is the top 5 favorite Jake Gyllenhaal movies I have chosen thus far. Donnie Darko, obviously. Southpaw, again, obviously. Brokeback Mountain, again, obviously. Bubble Boy, because I can't, it's adorable. He's hilarious in it. And then number 5, I'm going back and forth between either Nocturnal Animals, because oh my god, that movie will piss you the fuck off, or Nightcrawler, because he's crazy in that and should have been nominated for an Oscar, period. I don't think he was. But the 5th one goes to Nocturnal Animals, because I don't know why I don't own that movie, but I need to buy it and then just angry stare at it, because that's how mad that movie makes me. Okay, so let's go check his IMDb profile just to double check that actually is my top 5 favorite Jake Gyllenhaal movies. Alright, and while that's loading, this is the part of the birthday videos where we play this little game called What For Are They Known For? And what that is if you go to any actor's IMDb profile page, if you're on the website, underneath their picture is a little section that says known for, or if you're on the app, some apps have it the same as the website, but some are on the side, it'll say known for, and it'll be the top 4 that actor is known for either movies or television shows. So what I want you to do is to comment down below what 4 movies you think Jake Gyllenhaal is known for. And then what'll happen is, if you get the most right, I'll shout you out in the next birthday video. Wouldn't that be fun? So yeah, get down there and guess. Maybe I should take a guess. So 4 that Jake Gyllenhaal is known for. I want to say Bubble Boy, but I know it's not going to be Bubble Boy. So Donnie Darko, Brokeback Mountain, the Spiderman movie he's in, Zodiac. Those are going to be my 4 choices. Put your guesses down below and we'll see which one of us gets more right in the next birthday video. 60 titles. He's got 18 coming up. Like that. Shit. Holy crap, Nightcrawler was 2014? Where the fuck have I been? So starting at the beginning, City Slickers is his first movie. I think I knew that, but still gonna act surprised. Let's see, October Sky. Holy shit, so from October Sky, Donnie Darko was the very next movie. That's crazy. I thought there was something in between that. I need to get Love and Other Drugs because I love that. Oh my god! Still freaking out about what I just saw. Freaking source code, bro. I need that. Confirmed. I do not have source code. That will probably be in one of my top 5 because I love the shit out of that movie. Sisters Brothers. I just recently watched that because of Joaquin Phoenix. I watched it for his birthday and Jake Gyllenhaal popped up. I'm like, oh hello. I love that you're in here with Joaquin Phoenix because I love you both. So I'm making a change to my top 5 and they're going to be as follows. Donnie Darko, Southpaw, Brokeback Mountain, Nocturnal Animals, and Source Code. So as much as I love Bubble Boy, those movies are just, oh my god, I love them so much. So those are my top 5 Jake Gyllenhaal movies. Alright, and normally in our birthday videos, what we do next is a DVD treasure hunt where we go and I try to find and purchase the Jake Gyllenhaal movies on his IMDb profile that I don't have because I'm just now remember I don't have them. But since I'm in the month of December, which is within the month of Christmas, which means I will be receiving gifts, I have a rule that I don't buy myself anything within the month of a holiday that gives gifts or a birthday. So instead, I'm just gonna list some Jake Gyllenhaal movies that I would like to have. So if anyone out there wants to buy me a movie for Christmas, here's some Jake Gyllenhaal ones that I need because I don't have them for some reason. Prince of Persia, I would like. Love and Other Drugs. Freaking Source Code. I'm still mad at myself I don't have that. End of Watch. Prisoners. Enemy. I feel like it's gonna be a long list. Nightcrawler. Everest. Demolition. Nocturnal Animals. Life. Wildlife. Sisters Brothers. I would say Spider-Man, but I just need to get all the Spider-Man, so you could skip that for Jake Gyllenhaal. And yeah, I think that's a long enough list for you to have plenty of things to choose from. If you made it this far, thank you so much for joining me to celebrate Jake Gyllenhaal's birthday. Again, happy birthday, Jake Gyllenhaal. You are an amazing actor. I have loved being able to follow your career and can't wait to see all the other stuff you have coming out. And to the rest of you, as always, be safe, be well, be silly, and tell your mother I said hello. Bye, y'all.
We were sitting in the drawing room of the hotel that I was staying in. There's a nice fireplace that wasn't on. And I was sitting there with two of my friends and me, and all of a sudden this woman comes up who's, you know, had a little to drink, I would say. Maybe, well, no, I would safe to say she was faced. She came up to me and she said to all of us, she said, can anybody start the fire? We said, well, we don't really know how. She said, you don't know how to start the fire? Like, no, I'm sorry. You know, we're jet lagged, so this could very well not be happening also. She said, fine. She walks away. Then she comes back again. She said, I have to apologize. My friends said that you guys don't work here. And I said, well, I said we don't work here, but that's fine. I said, and I swear to God, you look like Jake Gooberballs. Like Jake Gooberballs. That's right. Yeah. And I was like, if you only knew. If you only knew.